Is it possible for 18 months to rewrite the soul of a man? That's the chilling question millions of fans around the world are now asking after witnessing the shocking transformation of BTS's youngest member, Jungkook. Once adored as the golden, soft-hearted maknae of the group, Jungkook's recent return from the military has sparked a wildfire of controversy and concern. Gone is the boyish charm, the playful smirk, the wide-eyed innocence that defined Jungkook for nearly a decade. In his place stands a man, cold-eyed, broad-shouldered, silent in demeanor, and unnervingly composed. The soldier, the steel-bodied enigma, the warrior with the voice of a fallen angel, and fans aren't sure how to feel about it. "This isn't the Jungkook I knew," one fan tweeted, her words echoed by thousands. "He's colder now, distant, like the military took our maknae and gave us someone else." But is this transformation really a betrayal of who he was? Or is it an inevitable evolution? One that fans must learn to accept if they hope to understand the man Jungkook has become. The maknae no more. BTS has long been known for its roles within the group, with Jungkook at the heart of that structure as the beloved youngest. His role was not just a title, it was an identity, one built on youth, sweetness, and a sense of freedom the other members often protected and nurtured. But sources close to his military unit describe a very different Jungkook, one who rarely smiled, spoke only when necessary, and carried the weight of responsibility with a quiet intensity. "He wasn't the youngest here," said a fellow soldier anonymously. "He was the strongest, the one we looked up to when things got hard." The statement alone has sent ripples across ARMY communities. The notion that Jungkook's role as the protected little brother has dissolved, replaced by something colder, more commanding, has deeply unsettled some fans who grew up seeing him as the symbol of youth and softness in BTS, an inevitable evolution or a loss of identity. Military service is meant to change a person. It strips you down and rebuilds you from the ground up. For Jungkook, who entered the barracks as a global superstar, the transformation seems to have gone even deeper than expected. His posture, his stare, even the way he breathes in public, it all screams discipline, control, and emotional distance. Some fans are calling this growth, others a loss. "Jungkook looks like he's been through war," another fan commented after new photos surfaced showing his newly muscular frame and hardened expression. "I don't know if we should be proud or scared." And therein lies the root of the controversy. Where does the line fall between personal evolution and losing what made him beloved in the first place? Has BTS lost its heart? While each member of BTS has undergone their own form of transformation during military service, none have caused as much disruption in fan perception as Jungkook. Why? Because Jungkook, for many, wasn't just a singer or a dancer. He was comfort. He was the one whose laughter healed, whose tears were the most innocent, whose smile made the world feel a little bit lighter. Now, fans are faced with a new reality, that Jungkook may never return to that version of himself again, and some are asking the unthinkable. If Jungkook is no longer the maknae, what is BTS now? A new era or a fracture in the foundation? The return of Jungkook may mark the beginning of a new BTS era, one of maturity, perhaps even darkness, intensity, and solemn depth. But it could also hint at a shift in group dynamics that no one was truly prepared for. Without the youthful balance Jungkook once brought, fans fear the emotional chemistry of BTS could feel different, heavier, less joyful. Watching BTS without playful Jungkook will never be the same. One longtime ARMY wrote in a viral TikTok video, tears streaming. "It's like losing a part of the soul of the group." Yet some argue this new version of Jungkook is exactly what BTS needs, a pillar of strength, a new kind of leader, someone who has tasted fire and returned with iron in his veins. What's next? Rebirth or rejection? Jungkook hasn't yet spoken publicly about his own perception of the changes he's undergone. But insiders say he is aware of the divided reactions from fans and has made it clear that he doesn't regret a thing. "This is who I am now," he reportedly told a close friend. "I gave my heart to this. I don't want to go back. I want to go forward." That one statement could split the fandom, because for some, forward means moving on from who he was. And for others, forward means embracing his evolution, no matter how painful it feels to say goodbye to the boy who once sang Euphoria with a sparkle in his EYESO. Has Jungkook changed too much? Is the golden maknae truly gone forever? Or is this the ultimate evolution? The chrysalis finally cracked. The butterfly now flying not with fragility, but with the force of a storm. One thing is certain, the world is watching. And ready or not, so is Jungkook. When the camera stopped rolling and the arenas fell silent, Jungkook entered a space where applause meant nothing. Military life is the great equalizer, where fame fades and discipline becomes currency. And for a global superstar used to admiration, adapting to a life where orders replace ovations is not just a challenge, it's psychological warfare. Close acquaintances describe a Jungkook who took this transformation personally, even painfully. He volunteered for the toughest drills, the earliest wake-ups, and often chose silence over conversation. It was as if he was punishing himself or preparing himself for something greater. But fans now wonder, what did he lose in the process? Can you train the softness out of a man? Photos emerging from his division show a man with razor-sharp posture, eyes scanning the horizon like a commander awaiting threat. His body, now a sculpted testament to unrelenting discipline, has become a symbol of strength, but his silence is deafening. There are no viral clips of Jungkook laughing uncontrollably in the barracks. No candid snapshots of him goofing around or singing under his breath. Instead, we see someone composed, controlled, completely focused. IT begs the question, as Jungkook buried his emotional core beneath his newfound physical armor, he looks like someone who's seen too much, one fan noted. His eyes don't dance anymore. While some interpret this change as maturity, others see it as loss. Is it possible to outgrow joy? And if so, is Jungkook happy with who he's become? The price of perfection. Jungkook's body has become a topic of fascination among both military personnel and fans alike. During a recent unconfirmed training session observed by local media, several soldiers were reportedly in awe of his endurance. "He doesn't get tired like the rest of us," one soldier whispered. "He goes beyond. He pushes like he's chasing something invisible." But what is he chasing? Some speculate Jungkook's new obsession with physical perfection is a coping mechanism, a way to find control in an environment that stripped him of his previous identity. Others see it as his way of preparing for something monumental, a new phase of BTS, or perhaps a complete departure from music altogether. Yes, whispers have begun. Terrifying whispers that Jungkook's transformation may be leading him down a different path. Could Jungkook be leaving BTS for something bigger? As shocking as it sounds, there are signs. His dedication to discipline, his refusal to perform, even privately, during military breaks, his avoidance of lighthearted content, his silence in group communications. Even the other members, usually quick to share words of brotherhood, have grown cautious when speaking of him. During a recent live stream, RM hesitated before mentioning Jungkook's name, simply stating, "He's different now. He's focused." That pause, that flicker of hesitation, has haunted ARMY forums for weeks. Different how? Focused on what? An identity crisis in the making. BTS is not just a band. It is a living, breathing organism, powered by the emotional harmony of 7 distinct souls. But what happens when one of those souls changes frequency? Is Jungkook's evolution a natural rhythm of growth? Or is it a jarring dissonance threatening to shake the group's foundation? "We don't know how to support him now," confessed a fan club moderator from Seoul. "The usual methods, love letters, video compilations, playful memes, they feel wrong. He's become something sacred, or distant. We're scared to even joke about him." In an era when idols are expected to stay emotionally accessible, Jungkook's detachment is both revolutionary and dangerous. He is no longer just a celebrity. He's a symbol, and symbols are hard to reach. Jungkook, the idol who became a myth as his military service nears its final months, anticipation builds, not just for his return, but for what kind of man he'll be when he emerges. Will he smile again? Will he dance with reckless joy? Will he ever sing a love song with the same sweetness that once melted millions? Or has the magne of BTS truly died, replaced by a soldier, a ghost of softness, now carved into marble? The thought sends tremors through the fandom. "He used to feel like ours," said one longtime fan in tears. "Now he feels untouchable." What will the reunion look like? When Jungkook finally stands beside his brothers once more, what will that moment feel like? Will it be warm, awkward, triumphant, or tragic? Will Jimin hug him like the old days? Will V tease him, calling him Baby Bunny again? Will Jin, the eldest, recognize the boy he once protected? And most haunting of all, will Jungkook allow himself to smile, to feel, to be held? These are the questions no one dares answer. Not yet, but one thing is certain. The countdown has begun. And when that military gate opens, the world won't just be watching, they'll be holding their breath. The future we're not ready for. There's a reason why Jungkook's story resonates so powerfully. because it mirrors a truth we all fear, that growing up can sometimes mean growing away. We want our heroes to evolve, but not to leave us behind. We want them strong, but not untouchable. We want them fearless, but not cold. And in Jungkook, we are seeing all of those contradictions collide. Did I ask this the end of innocence? Or the birth of something greater? Only time will tell. But remember this, when Jungkook finally speaks, finally sings, finally returns, his voice will no longer echo with the innocence of youth. It will carry the weight of silence, sacrifice, and fire. And that voice might just be the beginning of a new legend.